Hello, and welcome to today's episode. I'm going to be your host, the Irrelevant Nerd, and today we're going to be ranking every season in The Boys universe. So that's all 4 seasons of The Boys, both seasons of Gen V, and the 1 season we have of The Boys Presents, or is it The Boys Presents? Yeah, The Boys Presents Diabolical. And I wanted to rank all the seasons in the universe from worst to the best because I love this universe so much, and with Gen V being done and it being a little while till the final season comes out, it seemed like a good time. Now, this is going to be a spoiler warning for the entire video. I'm not going to be going super in-depth for all the seasons, but I will be listing things that I like and didn't like, and some will be spoilers. So it is a light spoiler warning, but spoilers for sure. And to be clear, before I get started, I am positive on all of these seasons, so even the ones at the bottom of the list I do enjoy and recommend, but here we go from worst to the best, starting with number 7, The Boys Presents Diabolical. A very fun animated show that has varying animation styles from episode to episode, and they are standalone stories, and the animation overall is pretty good and the voice acting is pretty strong. It's just at the bottom though because it is the least consequential of all the shows and doesn't really connect to the universe other than a few shared characters and locations, because this is about a whole bunch of characters that you have not seen in the show, or maybe they've been vaguely referenced, but since none of the episodes are connected, you don't really know or care about a lot of these characters, but it is still great, and if you do love the universe, I would recommend you check it out. If you don't love it, you're only kind of enjoying it, I'd say you could probably skip this one. It doesn't affect the overall story at all. I would rate it a 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10 seems fair. Number 6, Gen V Season 2, our newest addition to the universe, and just a very fun set of characters, and manages to push the overall story of the universe forward, while at the same time it feels like it is ultimately wasting what could have been a truly great villain and potentially a very fun confrontation between that villain in Thomas Godolkin against Homelander, and seeing them interact. Kind of like season 4 of The Boys, it's a little too leaning into modern day politics, but I don't know, just is what it is. But I am very glad that season 5 is going to be the last season of The Boys, because I feel with a little bit of season 4 and a little bit in Gen V season 2, you can just feel the universe losing a little bit of steam. It's still a great season, and I enjoyed watching it and will watch it again, but it just feels like it's just running out of gas. So I'm glad that they're ending it now, because it feels like this might be about the time where things are going to get stretched too thin. So good call on ending it. This one, solid 8.5 out of 10. Like I said, it's not bad. It's just very underwhelming and kind of just wastes some of the stronger aspects of the season, unfortunately. Number 5, The Boys Season 2. Again, a solid season that fleshes out the world further and greatly progresses our main groups, personal relationships with each other, and we get to see Huey grow and Butcher continue to grow, and connect with Becca, which I love to see, and pretty much anytime Butcher is doing anything, I love to see it, but it was nice to see him get a chance to, reconnect with his wife, albeit briefly, in this season. But I don't know, the season of any season on this list, it feels like it spins its wheels the most. the overall story of the universe doesn't really progress forward all that much, except like a few main points, and like the Church of the Collective plot feels mostly pointless, and is a bummer because they take up a lot of screen time in this season, unfortunately. And it also, it's like the solution for every problem in this season is either one of two things. It's either one, blackmail, which I understand, it's these characters without powers fighting these characters with powers, so you have to have something, but it happens so often, and it kind of seems like there's always going to be somebody who comes in with that last little bit of information that saves the day. And so it's either that, or it's Queen Maeve coming in and settling shit, whether or not it's her popping up with Stormfront or her popping up and blackmailing Homelander at the end to keep him from losing his shit by threatening to expose the video from the flight where they let all of those people die. And I don't know, it just keeps happening over and over again, so it kind of drags the season down a bit in terms of pacing, and it just doesn't really feel like it's going forward all that much. But despite all of those issues, it is still great, and it left me with that feeling of wanting more. The finale was pretty strong, so it did keep me excited going forward. But I would say this one's a what did I go, season well, I think so. I did season 2. I would say it's an 8.8 out of 10. It's a little bit better than Gen V, but not by much, which I had at 8.5. So yeah, I'll go 8.8 out of 10. Number 4, The Boys Season 4. This season gets off to a admittedly very slow and kind of a rocky start in terms of quality, but I do think it gets better and better as the season goes along. It feels like this season's biggest strength is building tension and keeping you kind of glued to the screen and wanting to watch the next episode when it reaches the end of the episode and the season. Like, you have a constant worry about these characters, especially since now you spent so much time with them and you care about them, and you know we're getting near the end and nobody is safe, and they've deviated a bit from the comics, so it's hard to kind of anticipate who's going to live, who's going to die, and just the season felt very tense, and I appreciated it a lot. Now, again, there are some negatives here, like this season does have a little too much modern day politics, like season 2 of Gen V. Like, I get what they're trying to do, and it's I don't really care about them like pissing off either party politically, but it's like I watch TV to not think about this shit, so I didn't love that. And there is uneven pacing throughout the season and kind of moments where the plot seems, I guess, thin in a way, but the final few episodes are so strong, and they have so many fun twists and turns in the plot near the end, and the finale is top tier. It's one of the best episodes of the whole show, like the finale of season 4, one of the best episodes, and that's kind of really what lifts this season. Is the final, I would say, 3 to 4 episodes of the season really finish out strongly, and that's kind of what brings it above, season 2 and the other seasons I've listed here. I would say, I'll go an 8.9 out of 10. Like, it is better than season 2, but it does still have its flaws. So I think 8.9 is fair. It doesn't quite reach that level of the 9.0s yet. Okay, so number 3, Gen V Season 1. I was initially very nervous about a spinoff, mostly because I don't think spin-off shows in general are as good or really carry the spirit of the show on, but my fears were put to rest by the end of, like, really not even the end, probably like halfway through the first episode, but definitely by the end of that first episode. It fits into the universe of The Boys seamlessly while still having its own vibes, and you've a great group of main characters that you care about like immediately, very similar to season 1 of The Boys. You just get attached to them pretty quick, and I don't know, seeing the dynamics of a school like for Soups and kind of, I don't know, how it's showing that it is all still just a product and it's teaching them how to like best market themselves is just a lot of fun and very interesting, because I have enjoyed the universe, and so getting something like this that kind of greatly expands where these heroes might get their training, not just for combat and to use their powers, but how to talk during interviews and what to put on social media and things to avoid saying. It just all works, and it just fleshes out the universe super well. And the season has a really strong sense of mystery and a lot of twists and turns, very similar to season 4 of The Boys. It's just got a lot going on that keep you sort of glued to the screen, and when you get to the end of an episode, you're immediately wanting to watch the next one, which, I don't know, there are not a lot of shows currently that air that have been like that, so I appreciate The Boys and Gen V for having that feeling of you immediately want to jump in, watch the next one. There's actually a lot of Amazon shows that do that. The Boys, Gen V, Invincible, Fallout, they're all very good, but this is a very, very strong first season of a spinoff that I had very, very low hopes and expectations for. I'll go let's go at 9.2 out of 10 for season 1 of Gen V. It's so good. All right, number 2, we have The Boys season 3. After, kind of the slump of season 2, this was like a really great return to form. Jensen Ackles is great as Soldier Boy, and the introduction of his character and his dynamic to some of the other characters, Homelander in particular, are super interesting. And then just also seeing this old school character brought into modern day, it's just a lot of comedic moments, leads to a lot of comedic moments that I think feel really natural and not forced comedy, which is like the worst type of comedy, and a lot of these hero shows and movies lately have been guilty of having that type of comedy in there, but it just really works super well with his character. And they have Temp V in this season, which gives the boys 24 hours of superpowers and then goes away and they have to take another dose. But of course there are dangers that come with taking it, but it adds a fun dynamic to the action scenes, as well as like some surprises during those scenes, because you're not sure who's taken it, who hasn't taken it. And then it leads to, I mean, you don't like to see it because you like seeing the family connected, but it's a fun tension amongst the group of the boys. And this season has like so many moments that make your heart race. Like the fight between Homelander, Soldier Boy, Butcher, and Huey at Herogasm made my palms sweaty. Like my heart was racing, and I didn't think Homelander was going to die, but I thought maybe they might defeat him. Maybe one of those three characters is going to die in this scene here. And it just, I don't know, that feeling is so good when you're that invested in the characters and what's going on. And the finale is pretty much the same way. And like that's when this show is at its best, is those heart racing moments that are either making them race because you're shocked, nervous for a character, excited to maybe see this piece of shit finally get taken down in Homelander during that scene. It just all is so good, and this season has a lot of that, and so I think it very much deserves the number 2 spot. I would say it's very strong season. I'll go, I don't know, 9.7 out of 10, which is a pretty decent jump from Gen V Season 1. I don't know, it's so good, and I loved it, and I was really glad to see that they were able to get back to form. And even though Season 4 isn't as strong, it does still kind of have those heart-racing moments that I feel are lacking a little bit in Season 2, so it seems like they figured it out, and I'm very excited for Season 5 because I think it's going to be just non-stop tension. But coming in at number 1, we have The Boys Season 1, the one that started it all. It feels just easily, it's a little cliche to say of the first season of a show, but it feels the most fresh, and it's gripping immediately with the death of Robin. Like, I'm pretty sure that happens within the first 3 to 5 minutes of the show, and it just kind of immediately sets the tone for the show, the universe, and doesn't really let up from there. Like, I binge watched the entire first season in a day because the first season was dropped all in one chunk instead of the like week by week, where like it seems they'll air the first 3 episodes and then the rest are week by week, which I guess that keeps a show relevant, keeps you anticipating and wanting more. But there is something to be said about dropping a show all in one season. Like, even in Season 2, had they dropped it all in one chunk, I don't feel like the pacing would have felt so odd if you didn't have to wait week for week, because then you'd be disappointed for an episode and you'd be thinking about it an entire week, whereas if you could binge it, you just go to the next one, so the disappointment level goes down. But anyways, watched it all in one day, loved it, immediately showed it to my friends. Like, I ended up watching the first season like 3 times within the span of a month, just watching it by myself and then showing it to some people who I knew would love it. And just the initial introduction of the characters and seeing the boys become this like fucked up little family and establishing the 7 as like the heroes of the world, but very clearly not good people, is just done so well. Like, there are a lot of mysteries in this season, just like the rest of the show, and it's fun to kind of see them unravel, like including like the very much the what the fuck ending of the season. That was a perfect way to make me want more. And like, this is how you should kick off a TV show and set up a universe, is writing this strong, acting this strong, characters this strong, the music is good, the show looks really good, it all just works, and they put a lot of care into making it. And this is really a damn near perfect season of TV. Like, I would go, I don't know, 9.9, maybe even a 10 out of 10. Like, it is so fucking good, and I cannot recommend this show and this universe enough. And the first season is a perfect way to pull you in, so it easily, for me, comes in at number 1. All right, so quick recap. Number 7, we have The Boys Presents Diabolical. Number 6, Gen V Season 2. Number 5, The Boys Season 2. Number 4, The Boys Season 4. Number 3, Gen V Season 1. Number 2, The Boys Season 3. And coming in at number 1, The Boys Season 1. So, again, I said it earlier, I am so excited for Season 5 of this show. I'm really hoping they nail it, because if they do, I could see this being one of my favorite shows of all time. Like, I've really been enjoying it, so fingers crossed, and let me know what you think down below. If you've seen the seasons, like, how would you rank them? Or if you don't want to rank them all, which is your favorite, which is your least favorite of the ones that you've seen. And I'll be making some more videos here soon, so I'm really looking forward to that. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.